Hey everybody, how's it going? So today, basically what I'm going to be doing is I wanted to go over the Canon EOS M50. Now, I've heard some things about it. I ended up buying it anyway. I've been using it for the past couple of videos I put up, and so far I really like this camera. It has a lot of neat features, especially for the price point. If it's something that you're just getting into and you don't want to spend a couple thousand or even above $1,000 on a camera, this is a really good way to go. It's got a lot of features. There are some things about the slow motion feature that you should be aware of when buying this camera. I want to make note that it does do 4K, although it will crop in at 4K, and it also is at, I believe it's only 24 frames per second, which is okay. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that, but just be aware that you do get a crop. As far as slow motion goes, you do have the option of 60 frames per second in 1080, which you can make it into slow motion, but the real high speed 120 frames per second is only available in 720p. So today I'm kind of going to take the camera out. I'm going to walk around for a little bit. I'm going to get some footage using that 720p high frame rate, and I'm going to compare that to the 60 frames per second high frame rate, and we're just going to kind of talk about the camera in the meantime. We're going to go outside and we're going to have a look at how this camera performs. So I'll stick around, you won't want to miss it. Take care, guys. Alright guys, so this is a continuation from the video yesterday. Unfortunately, I had to cut it short. Anyway, more importantly, I kind of wanted to take a minute to talk about the Canon M50 itself and how it works and how it is as a beginner camera. This is really my first full camera that I bought for video recording, and I kind of want to review the autofocus and some of the features it has. So let's dive right into it. The Canon M50 as a whole makes it very easy to record yourself. And it's got all the things that you need to get started to make a YouTube video, really. It's got all the frame rate features that you might need. It's got 1080p at 30 or 60. It's got it at 24. Although the Slowmo feature is a little bit less than I'd like it to be. I feel like if they were somehow able to squeeze the 1080p high frame rate mode into this camera, that it would have been absolutely amazing. Now, I do realize that would kind of defeat the purpose of having more expensive models. They can't pack everything into one of their cheaper cameras, but I still think it would have been a nice addition to have that in this camera, and I would certainly be able to make a lot of use out of it. As you can see in some of these clips, it just looks fine. There's absolutely no problem with the footage. Basically, from what I can gather, the full slow-mo looks absolutely fine on this camera, and there's no reason to think that it's not capable. So hopefully you guys can hear me. It's incredibly windy. There's a tractor behind me. There's all kinds of crap going on. So I do realize that walking around in public, I probably look like some kind of maniac walking around with a camera. People probably have no idea what the hell that I'm doing. But anyway, just making my way here past the library, and I went ahead and took a couple of shots of different parts of the park. And I'm using the high speed frame rate in 720. We're going to see how that looks. To be honest with you, I don't think you're going to be able to tell the difference on YouTube. And for the price point, which is not too bad for a starting camera, I really don't think it's that bad of a deal. I think that you probably will get much better performance out of, some of the higher end cameras once you start paying $1,500 or more. But, well, I think anyway, for what it's worth, this is probably going to be the best footage that I can get as far as the audio goes, because man, let me tell you, it is certainly extremely windy outside. So you're probably picking up every single thing that I hear, which is all the leaves rustling and the cars going by. But doing the best I can with what I'm given. People driving by are looking at me like there's something wrong with me. Oh, that's okay. But anyway, I just want to say that this camera is fully capable. We're going to see how that high frame rate footage looks in 720. But more so than anything, I think that it is more than capable of doing what you need it to do. And it's getting pretty cold outside, so we're probably gonna run upstairs and have a look at it there, and I'm gonna finish talking about the camera upstairs. See you there, guys. All right, well, quite literally, as you can see, I just sat down at the house, back by the computer. It's probably still so windy that you could hear it from here. I'm still out of breath because it's pretty cold outside. And I did not expect it to get this cold outside. It is way colder than I thought. It must have been 70 the other day, and now it's like 40 something. So now that I'm all settled in here, let's get back into the camera. One of the great parts about the Canon M50 is the autofocus system. It's got 3 types of autofocus for you to choose from. It's got the face tracking autofocus, which is absolutely amazing for things like this where I'm holding the camera on a tripod or I'm walking around outside doing a vlog type video. It works really well. It stays on target. And if you want, you can even tap on something else and it will track that object as you move, which is really neat. It also has the zone autofocus and the single point autofocus. Now, the single point autofocus is typically what I'm using when I'm filming other things, like in some of the footage when you see that I'm filming over the baseball field or filming through the trees. I'm using single point for that, and I feel like it works really well. All around, I think these autofocus types on this camera just work amazingly. One of the downsides to this camera, which I haven't mentioned yet, is the battery life. This camera does not have the largest battery, so it will die pretty quick, and I think throughout the course of filming this video just today, I've had to stop and charge it at least once. So I would recommend at least picking up a dummy battery, which is something that you can put in there and then you can plug into the wall with an AC adapter so you could at least use it while it's stationary, or just picking up a second battery for it and have that charging while you're using the camera, or just charge them both up and bring them with you. The other downside to this camera is that the onboard microphone is not that great. It picks up a ton of noise and it's just really not that great of a microphone. Now, I will caution you, this camera is sold in a bundle. There's something called the Creators Bundle, which is what I purchased, and it comes with a Rode video mic. And this particular mic is called the Rode Video Mic Go, and I'll show you right here. It comes with this guy right here. You certainly do not want this microphone. There's all sorts of problems with it. It picks up all kinds of interference. It picks up all kinds of noise. I've tried all different methods to fix it, and I will put a little card up. I have a video discussing why that microphone is terrible. And to be honest with you, the cheapest fix that I could suggest is going with the Rode Video Micro, which I also have another video on that one as well, which is what I'm using right now, and it sounds a heck of a lot better, and it's also a lot cheaper. What I would suggest is, if you do plan on buying this camera in a bundle, I think that there's some other bundles where it comes with an alternate lens, or it comes with a couple other things such as a bag, maybe an extra memory card. I would go a different route. Just stay away from the bundle that includes the Rode Video Mic Go, that's for sure. Alright guys, on any note, that's pretty much going to wrap it up for this video. Overall, like I said, I think this is a great camera. It's a great place to start if you're looking to get into YouTube, if you're looking for vlogging, or even if you're just looking for a decent camera to record and take pictures with. It's definitely got you covered all around at a decent price point. I'll have all my information as well as the product itself linked down below in the description. So once again, thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it, and take care. Well, that was pretty neat. I just helped the dude take pictures of himself. He asked for help, so I got some shots of him up by the lake. There's a nice little rock structure there, so I just took some pictures of him, helped him out. Seemed like a nice dude.